Welcome everyone. Today, instead of doing the sacks like I used to do, this is a little bit different sack. I just used a mailer, but I had a bunch of these, and this is one that I've already done, just to give you an idea. And then it opens up and it's got bubble wrap in there. It's nice and padded. I kind of wondered that maybe you could give as a gift and maybe put some cookies in there or something that you didn't want to get smashed. So let's get that started. I used 2 pieces. It took 2 pieces of 12 by 12 scrapbooking paper, and I just found some that I thought coordinated with each other. I thought this would be good. I consider this the front and this the back, and because everybody's might have a different size on their mailers, I could give you a roughly idea what this one is. It looks like it's almost 7 by a little bit more than 9, 7 by 9 size. I know that you can get mailers in just about any size. So the way I cut it is the piece to fit on the front to there. So you still have the opening here. And I went just a little bit over on the edges because we're going to glue them, and then kind of, you can sew them, which I think on that one, that particular one, I did end up sewing around it, but I don't know that I'll do that one, do that today, just for time's sake. Then the second one that goes on the back is about 2.5 inches taller. It'll be the same width, but about 2.5 inches taller so that we can fold it over. But before I even start that, I noticed that when I picked out my focal point, which I think I'm going to use this, I think there's so much black, and to bring in that little bit of pink would be pretty, but I have so much white here that I just thought that before I even started, I would probably try to fill in some of that with maybe some stenciling. I've got these hearts that I thought were cute, and I have some metallic paint, acrylic paint, and I think I'll just dab that on just to kind of try to fill in the white space. Some of it will be covered up, but not all of it. So I'm just going to dab that on anywhere I see so much white. Although this is really pretty, it's real shiny, or shimmers, I guess, when it's dry. So I guess, I hope I didn't smear that. Okay, oh, that's good. And maybe put some, I think that over here at the edges is where I felt like I needed some more. And let's just go ahead and put some here, just as part of it. Sometimes I get too much paint there. Maybe we'll bring it up just a little bit up here too, just not a lot, but a little bit. Okay, I think that when this is on there, this picture, it'll cover, and it pretty much took care of a lot of the white space. I think that if, well, I've got some of this Arcava ink. Let's try to maybe make some more black within that. Okay. There we go. see if that looks a little bit better. Yeah, that adds a little bit better. I still have a little bit of white there that's bothering me. Let's put put a little bit there. Okay. Now, while that's drying real quickly, because it doesn't take long, it's acrylic paint, doesn't take long to dry. Well, see, it's already dried on there, and I don't have any baby wipes, so I can't wipe that off right now. All right, while that's drying, I thought that I had some of this white beading that I thought would be good to like frame around this picture. So I think if I go ahead and glue that now, by the time I'm ready for it, it'll be dry. And I'm going to use this Fabrifix because it's a little bit stronger. And I'll just put it around. I probably should have put this under it a minute ago, but I didn't. There we go. Just put a little bit around the edge. I kind of left that white on there when I cut that out, just so that I'd have room to put the beads along the side. This picture I got on Creative Fabrica. I think I've mentioned it before. I subscribed to that, and it's really worth it because I'm all the time finding pictures on there for my vocal points, so that's what I use. So it can start drying. Okay, next, I get that rid of that. Just how to cover this, and I think first of all we'll just go ahead and glue down this on the front. I think I'll use this reptile glue. I think that even though you have to use a 12 by 12 sheet, or I did anyway on this one, you have lots of scraps from it, which I'm sure you'll be able to use on a different project. Okay. Like I said, I like to just line it up right across there. And I made a little bit extra for the edges. Let's see if that was enough. A little bit more this way, just a little bit. Yeah. And lined up right there. I guess this a little bit. I think I pulled that a little bit too far. There we go. If you have a brayer, I guess it never hurts to go ahead and make sure you got it down good. Okay. Now on the one that goes on the back and then comes around, I need to score it so that it folds real nicely right there. I kind of did a test run on that one. If I had it about right there, It's going to need to be folded about right there. And again, about right there. So I kind of have an idea. Let me get okay, my phone said it was full, so I had to take some things off of it. So let's get back to where I was at. I had scored those, which it's not necessary to score them. You can just bend them over and use a bone thingy there to do that. Okay, let's just go ahead and glue this one down on the back. And I think, not sure where I'm gonna glue that top, so I guess I'll go ahead and put all the glue up here too, because it all gets glued down. Okay, I think I got enough. I think I got enough on there. All right, if these don't just line up perfectly, you can always trim later with some scissors so that you have all the edges the same. Okay, and this has this pull-off sticker thing. I'll take that off. Glue that. And then this should, now see, I was a little bit off on that, so I'll just go ahead and do that. Oh, that'll work. I think I'll use, I'll put that away. I'll go ahead and okay, we'll go ahead. I see that some of that shows, but that's okay. I like to use a punch. I have this big one here, but kind of in the center there. Give it a little indentation there so that you know where it opens up. Oh, this is not one of my favorite ones. I'm just going to cut that out because that punch evidently has decided that it doesn't want to work. Oh, that's close enough. Okay. You guys ever have that happen where they just don't punch anymore? I don't know. Maybe that was too thick or something. Let's see. That one punched. Okay. I'm going to move this glue here. Now, I thought that since that picture had a little bit of pink in it, and I didn't want a bunch of black and white, we could put this across the bottom, which will bring out the pink in the picture, which is so pretty. So we'll go ahead and glue that on. I wish I could get this one working. Now, maybe it's going to work now. I don't know. Let's try it. I guess I could use my big bottle. Okay, that's why I put it in the small one with a better tip on it. It really comes out. We might put just some on each one of those, maybe, to hold it down. Wherever you can. Okay. I'll just put this on and then cut off the edges. It's easier to do it that way for me. Okay. glue really came running out of that bottle. That's why I like to put them in those smaller bottles, but then they plug up. I put pins in them, but they still don't work. Okay. Oops. I think we might be able to go ahead and put that down. Just got a little bit of sparkle. Oh, there it goes. I found these cardboard. I have no idea where they come from. I get things. I pick things up at the thrift stores, and so you just never know. I think even these mailers, I ended up picking up a bunch of those. I have also some different, the only reason I don't want to use this one is because of the way I store the sacks. I just, it takes up a lot of space. But if you have something like that, and you're going to go ahead and give it as a gift, I mean, go ahead and put a big one on there that sticks out like that. I like to just try to see if I can find some smaller ones that lay a little bit flatter. Maybe put that there, right in there. Put that there. Okay, now I think I would like to, I think I'm going to go ahead and glue this completely down. I was going to use those squares, mounting squares, but I don't think I will. I just think I'll just, see how that does that. Okay, that's a lot of glue. At least we know it's not going anywhere. Okay. I think about right there. That'll work. Push it down a little bit. Okay. Now we can put this on. Now I could put a couple mounting squares on that one. Bring it up a little bit, because like I always say, I don't like it where it just looks flat all the time. I think before I cut them, but I don't think I will. I think I'll just put them. I have the most trouble with these. Maybe I can get it off once I get it on there. Let's just try that. I'll put one here. Let's put 3 on. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Here's a pin. Maybe a pin will lift those up better than me trying to get them up all the time. There it went. Okay, 1. These aren't very thick ones, but it gives it a little bit of depth then, where it just doesn't look like it's laying on there flat. I couldn't decide. I think since this picture's here, I thought about that. I think right, and I have to be careful how far this comes down. So I'd say about right there will work. Now I don't know, that adds a little bit. This one has the same thing where it peels off, but I'm going to go ahead and put this Fabrifix on it, because then that way I always know that it's not going to come off. I got a little bit of glue on that. Not much, just a little. Yeah, okay. I like that. Use that. I've got some string here. Now, there's different ways that you can do your closure. You could use Velcro. If you had the, oh, see, I got that a little high, but that's okay. Put brads in there, maybe string it around. But what I did on my other one is I just tied the ribbon around it, or a string around it, and then you can just undo it now. Okay. And I just take my string, give me a little bit of extra there. Wrap it around a few times, come around and tie a bow, and you've got a sack ready for gift giving. I think that, well, one thing I didn't do, let me see if I can do it really quick. I had some ink that I could kind of ink the edges, and I had some that was pink, kind of pinkish, or it's called Aged Mahogany. Now, I don't know. Maybe I'll run it by doing it, but I kind of wondered if I couldn't add a little bit of this around the edges. I like that. It gives it even more pink. Pulled out some of that pink out of the picture, you know. Yeah, I think that made a big difference. Do the back side too. You could actually decorate the back side if you wanted to. I kept wanting to make some of these where they had like a pocket where then you could put your card in or something like that. So that's a thought, to put on the back side maybe a big pocket here, and you could put your card that you were going to give with the gift or something like that on the back. I'll eventually do one that has a pocket, more of a pocket on it. Okay, I think that finishes up that one for today. And like I said, I'll try to do some eventually, or do one eventually that has a pocket where you can put the things on it. I guess you could, I don't know if this will go under there or not. No, it just kind of went on top. I don't know. Let's see if we can just move it. I did glue it though, didn't I? I'll move it over. The K's kind of hiding. There we go. There we go. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching that today, and give you an alternative to doing the other kind of sacks that I do, but by just using these mailers. And like I said, I think anything that you didn't want to break, you can't get a lot of stuff in there. It's not really thick, but anyway. Well, thank you for watching again today, and I hope that you'll continue to watch some of my videos, because I always have something different going on. All right, thank you.